I just want to do this random video because I was thinking about it all night. I just want to say to everybody that's going through anything that's really hard in their life, whether it be like thoughts towards your stream or possibly something really critical in your life, like possibly, a loved one passing away. I just want to let you know that it's okay to take a break, and it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to cry if you need to. Because what a lot of people don't understand is, like me, I thought, my past traumas or what I've been through, like my father passing away, made me someone who is just ultimately too tough to have emotion. Yet, the more I held in that emotion, the more it ate away at me, the quicker it ate away at me, rather than me going ahead and really letting out my emotions. What I like to think the most when it comes to what makes me cry or what makes me upset is do a few steps where, one, just let it out. Let it out. Talk to people, talk to somebody that can give you a little bit of a little bit insight, like an outside view on what you're going through. And then at some point you need to also stop yourself, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they will, and especially me, I've done it before, they will keep it there, because this feeling that they have, it's not more so they like feeling sad or you like feeling sad. It's that you feel this comfort in some sort of pain, because it's like trauma can leave people emotionless, literally numb, anything that they go through. Times where I just felt completely numb to everything, and it happens every now and then. But what I like to do is, you gotta break the mold. Do something random, like hang out with a friend. I know COVID's hard, but maybe call someone on the phone or Discord, or if you don't have anyone, really dig deep and understand this. And this is like the next part of like my mental process is, whatever is making you upset, you need to do one of two things. It's like, if you can control what's going on, then you can easily change it. If it's like you have a broken heart, or something didn't go as planned, like maybe a project, or maybe a YouTube video failed, or an art project, just you spilt the ink everywhere. What you have to do is really take that situation and understand you're living, you're breathing. And as long as you're living and breathing, things can change. And if you cannot control the situation, you need to get away from the situation. It's not that easy. Sometimes you really need to force this like strong, oomph, passion. Try to find something creative or positive out of the situation that you're going through, because it's not easy. I know it's not easy. And then once you found out whether you can control it or you can't, right? This is where you start to do the most important thing in my book, is to keep it a routine. I've gotten my heart broken a few times. I've failed on a lot of my Twitch streams, etc. I've changed my background so much that people are like, holy shit, how many background changes have you done? And the thing is, I keep, like, my way of dealing with it is I keep changing. I keep trying something different. Because if it does work, then awesome, go with it. And what's really nice is now where, I like what I have going on here, but I still want to improve. So I'm going to keep it a positive routine to keep improving what I'm doing. And for things that I couldn't control, for example, one of the things I could not control, and I don't mind getting personal, everyone knows in my stream or my videos or just me in general, I don't mind being personal. It's whatever. It's life. Okay? My father passed away in 2009. I was 12 years old, and I literally did not know what to do because my father and my mother raised me the happiest I could be. So I got like, I felt this genuine happiness just get ripped away from me. And literally, that is when my mental process started to change, where I went from a kid to someone who had to turn into an adult so early. And I thought to myself this, I was like, okay, my father is gone. Does it hurt, right? I started asking myself these questions. I was like, does it hurt? Yes. Can I control it? No. And when I hit that wall, I hit a wall when I said no to myself. I said, what the fuck do I do? Do I just stay sad? Like, it's weird because you could almost change your mood if you allow yourself to. It's weird to say that. And what I mean by is, like, if you're having a bad day, right? You could either feed into it and just be like, oh, so and so doesn't like me, right? You start with that and then you deconstruct it, or you can construct a whole terrible bunch of emotions where it's like, okay, so and so doesn't like me. Let's take the negative route. The negative route is this: so and so doesn't like me. Nobody's gonna want to like me. I'm ugly. I'm weird. I'm awkward. I talk funny. Like, you start to create this like whole length of just toxic shit for your mind, and you start to feed on that emotion. You catch that energy. And what I try to do is, when I start feeding on that negative energy, I like to just say something random. It's the weirdest shit, where at one point I was like talking to someone and I really liked them, and things changed, and I was like, oh, who would really want me, blah blah. And then I just completely said ice cream. And I was like, I love ice cream. I'm gonna go get some ice cream. What you do is you're breaking the track in your mind. You're breaking that whole train of negative thought. And what you want to do is you want to create a train of positive thought, where it's like, so and so doesn't like me. Well, how about this? So and so may not like me, but I am a good person. I love myself. I am living. You can even like, I like to get a little confident. I'm like, I like the way I look. I like the way I talk. I like the way I sing. I've got a lot of good stuff going for me. Or you could also use a negative experience to fuel something better, where it's like, for example, when when my father passed away, I was bullied a lot. I was bullied a fuck ton, where people would see me crying in class and they would go and make fun of me or like beat on me, and they just kept going and going and going. And what I started to do was, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna do my schoolwork, and I'm gonna work out. I literally did that. That became like a positive thing for me, where I would go home, work out, get my anger out, because it was a lot of confusion, a lot of frustration, and a lot of sadness all at one time. And so my message to everybody, in summary, with all this, is as long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, things can change for the better, or this is what a lot of people don't mention, is or for worse. Like, things can get even worse. I'm not trying to go ahead and add on, but what you need to do is you need to keep a nice positive mentality. Let out the negative emotion, cry when you need to, and if things get worse, you just got to keep building on the positives. I know that's so fucking hard sometimes, but you gotta find an outlet that is good for you too. I know a lot of people, like, they'll go and drink, or they'll go and do drugs, or they'll go do this and that, and it's a temporary release. I've noticed it's an absolute temporary release. It is only going to feel good until you get sober. So what you really need to do is start building on positive trains of thought and deconstruct the negatives. So let me try some examples, or you guys can leave it in the comments below, whatever you may be going through. I'm going to make a disclaimer that I am not a therapist, but what I want to say is this. Let's say my YouTube video failed. I spent 5-6 hours on this video, and I got no likes. I got no comments. And then you go, what you gotta start is this. Don't stop and say, okay, that's it, I'm done. What you gotta do is say, okay, let me watch this video again. Am I engaging enough? Do I keep the viewer engaged? Do I keep on track with what the video is about? Or am I in 100 different places? Right? And what I'm already doing is I'm already I'm already putting in that train of thought where I automatically just start thinking, what could I do better? What could I change? You know? Or you could literally look up, like, you know, better ways of editing. Do you know what A and B roll is? What do they do? Like, you could go and you can start really delving into it. You just gotta have the willpower and the passion for it. Because if you just say, okay, that's it, I got 1 thumbs up and 2 negative, like 2 thumbs down, I'm done with YouTube. If you do not press on with what you love doing, you're gonna regret it. You really are. And it's just that simple. And really, like, that's kind of where I wanted to leave off to start this, I guess, better mentality videos, where I want to give the basis of how I think. I'm just wanting to help others who are in a deep hole or starting to fall down that hole to realize that you are living. You are breathing. Anything can happen, good or bad. If it's good, then awesome. Keep that up. Keep that positive train going. Don't stop. And if it gets worse, keep deconstructing your problems one at a time. That is another thing I need to talk about, is take things one at a time. Okay? If you had a lost loved one, and then you go and you like someone, and they don't like you back, you can't just allow this whole huge jumble of emotion to start. Let it out. Cry if you need to. Talk to somebody. And realize that, and yes, I know it sounds hard to hear this, but a loss of a loved one is forever. Yes, like, it is what it is. But the grieving is not forever. When my father passed away, I thought about nothing but good memories. I didn't think about the death. Of course it hurt me, and I cried. But once I started to think more, I didn't think about the death anymore. I thought about what he would want to see from me, what I could do to better myself, what memories I can pull that make me happy when I need it. And that's that's where you start to become very resilient with your train of thought. And this was kind of just a spur of the moment video that I wanted to do. I just want to help you guys out. If you need me, I will be on Twitch. I will be on YouTube. You can even join in the Discord if you want. Hope you guys can feel a little bit better, or just start thinking a little bit more positive, because you're living, you're breathing, and things can change. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to. And yeah, have a good day.